Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
To the air with McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now McCarthy. Dancing to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Well, let's face it, when you hold someone to just 6 points in a game, the feeling that you have among your team is that you're not going to lose very many of those. That's the way to get it done.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Go street. 19 tight, 19 tight. Hush.
They'll set up to throw.
As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
The Seahawks in trouble to start play, 6 and 8 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So not only do you not get the 1st down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher, because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
We're scoreless after 1.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Let's go now. Ready?
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 22.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Shut up! Hurt!
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Here we go!
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
Okay, ready?
Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's McCarthy. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now 2nd and 3.
19, Tiger, 19. Come on, set.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. 89 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Cougar, 19. Hey, hey.
They'll run with Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a 2nd score.
Throwing is McCarthy. This is caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Now back to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. Escapes the defender. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Ready?
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready?
Looking to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Here we go. Sack. Track at 60. Check go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Able to push his way through. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Sack.
They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone, so that pushes the lead up to 4. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
After 60, after 60. Here we go, here we go. 60 Mavericks, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 79 Broncos.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Flushed out right. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 105 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready. Ready, ready.
McCarthy off the play fake. And fights him off. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Check, Raptor. Raptor on 80. 18, Raptor. 18, Raptor. Hut, hut.
On play action. Now McCarthy. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
Let's go now. Ready?
To the air again, McCarthy. Flush to his right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go. 19, Ryan. Check out.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Jones again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. As Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Forced out to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
2nd and 16.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Running right, Jones. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Reload. Go.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Seven Pirates. Come 19. Come 19.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go now. Dragon 60. Ready?
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4.
Hey, smash. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal. 60 Eagle. Ready?
Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Street. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready?
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Ready?
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
79 Bronco. Set go.
He'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Trap 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Warriors. 70. Buffalo 18. Huh.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Minnesota, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.